Welcome to the Inspire module of Predictive Index. This module is exactly what it says in the title. It's all about inspiring your staff. We do that through getting a much deeper understanding of who they are and what drives and motivates them. We do that through the behavioural assessment, but also the behavioural report that comes out. That's really equipping people to be much more self-aware of who they are. But remember, this is very strengths-based, so it's not criticising them. There's no good or bad. It's really just looking at how they want to turn up to work from a behavioural component. We look at many elements in someone's profile, from how they want to take action, make decisions, approach risk. Again, no right or wrong. So it's a really powerful development tool. In the Inspire module, you're going to get access to a number of things. One, the behavioural assessment and the report that it comes out, which is really succinct and helpful. Two, you're going to get access to the personal and manager development chart, which is going to help when you're coaching and supporting people in their development. And thirdly, there's the management strategy guide. This is looking at how to best manage an individual. One of my favorite parts of the tool, because it's a one-pager cheat sheet on how to manage someone. And for many managers, this is incredibly helpful when you're managing diverse teams who all need something a little bit different from you. And lastly, you'll get access to the relationship guide. This helps compare two individuals' profiles and how they're likely to interact with each other. Again, looking at their strengths, their caution areas, and some advice on how to work best together. So let's jump in and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so all we have to do is we want to look at a particular individual. I can search for that individual in the search bar, but for now I'm going to bring up Nolan's results. So he's somebody we've got in our account here. And you can see it brings up his profile results, and we can have a look at his full report here in terms of his results. But what I want to do is I want to go in and have a look at not only his person snapshot, this is a really high level of who he is at work, but I actually want to go into the behavioural report. I believe this is where we get all this really great depth of insight into how they like to work. And you can see from the tool we can download, email and print it to that individual. These reports are super easy to understand and are very helpful and are structured in a really positive way. And you can see the language here is really, it's going to connect with the individual. It's also looking at their management style of people or projects, how he's likely to influence, and also how to best manage him. So there's lots of information in that behaviour report. Now, if I want to work with him from a development perspective, I can come in and have a look at where he sits on the 4 factors in his profile. What are those strengths associated with that? But also, what are those cautions? And again, PI being very helpful, there's some coaching tips around that. So this is a great document to go through with people one-on-one, typically every 6 to 12 months, knowing that these are going to show up from time to time. But again, we've got tools now to have a conversation with that individual. We've got our management strategy guide. Now, remember I said this is kind of like the cheat sheet or the roadmap of how to manage someone. There's 12 really specific components around how he wants to interact, take action, and approach risk and decisions, but things I need to be cognizant of as his manager. I can sit with Nolan and go through these things and sort of tick off, well, what is he getting in his role and from me, and what areas do we need to work on together? And again, it's the practicality of the tool that really leads to the power. So it's not going to take us going through a 40-page report and trying to pull out the best bits. It's all here in a great summary, but something we can actually go quite deep on. I can go into the relationship guide and actually compare him to some other people in the team. So Nolan might come to me and say, oh, I'm struggling to navigate my relationship with a certain individual. Well, now we can actually go through and understand their commonality, their differences, and why there might be some cautions turning up. So again, for your role as a manager, you can really now sit with people and have some really focused conversations. So hopefully this has given you a good understanding of the Inspire module and what's included. It is absolutely a powerful management tool. It is designed for managers to be using. You can see it's pretty straightforward in terms of the user interface. They haven't designed it to be focused at org psych departments and people with psychometrics background. It's designed for managers to jump into the tool, have some training with us, but really start to use it in their day-to-day management practices. So hopefully this has been really helpful, and we look forward to talking to you soon.